Welcome back to another live session, traders. Hope that you had an enjoyable weekend and ready for a potentially a bigger trading week coming up. As after the past week, we have started second week of the month, and if we look at the calendar, what I was looking at here, this week as well packed with quite a few very important news that could move the market again. This is the first session of today's, and if you look at here, tomorrow coming up AUD news and also dollar core CPI coming later. So let's look at here what kind of trading opportunity we can expect today in the market. As first day of trading week is important because Monday and Friday are two very important days that I look at trading opportunity throughout the day. So I'm looking at, first of all, on gold here. Now gold, we can see that there is a breakup structure from the high. There is a rejection here. Now that rejection is correction or reversal. That's first we need to find out. We'll be looking at the higher time frame and the lower time frame. This is the daily price action, where if you look at, this is a daily resistance line, and there's a pattern that you can see in this market. If you look at here, you can see that from here there is a rejection, there is another rejection, there's another rejection, and also there is another rejection. So we can see that this market, from the bigger picture, from the daily chart here, the market is having that rejection from this high here with a stronger momentum, and that rejection, we can see the market just has broken out of the daily trend line. Now as this gold market breaking out the daily trend line, is this dropping back below further, or we could see again another move? So when the market breaks from a trend line, we need to be a little bit of careful on entering the trade, as more often you see that false breakout and false breakdown in the market. So to understand, either it is a valid breakout or it's a false breakdown, let's first draw the trend line on the daily to see where the market potentially be heading. This is the daily trend line here on gold. Now looking at monthly, we can see that there is a monthly, and now I'm going to look at the full multi-time frame analysis here. This is the monthly support, which is an important monthly support level, and from this monthly support that you can see, the market has made its move back to the upside here with a stronger momentum, and that monthly price action that you can see from this support level has got that bounce back to the upside here. If we look at the weekly chart, we can see that from the weekly, this is the weekly price action where there is a weekly pin bar. One very important price action that you can see from the weekly is that the previous week there is a pin bar here, which is a very significant pin bar in that area. And if you look at here, we can see this is the weekly pin bar from this level, where the previous week has formed a bullish candle. Now this week we can see that after retesting this previous weekly shadow that you can see in that area, after retesting this previous weekly shadow, the market started to break below here. Now at the moment, as the first day of trading week, we saw that there's a significant move. Once the market opened, we have seen today so far 340 pip move towards the downside here. The market on a weekly support level. Now from here, is the market coming back below further or pushing back again to the upside? That's what we will be looking at on the lower time frame. But looking at daily chart, one very important aspect of today's price action is that after this daily doji, we can see the market has completely broken below here. Today's price, the way we see that, as the market already has broken below in this market, from the daily, we could see the price to any pullback to the upside, potentially to come back further below, as there is a daily 20 EMA and also daily 10 EMA. We might see the market to trend back down here in this market. So looking at 4 hour and the 1 hour chart here, that looking at the 1 hour price action in this market here, this is the lower time frame price action that you can see from this level. This is an important resistance line where there is a breakup structure here with this liquidity grab in that area, followed by a big drop, pullback. We can see that another drop here in this market. So in that area, there is a complete breakup trend line here on gold, and that breakup trend line has given possibility for short-term downtrend in this market. So in this narrow area that you can see from this daily level, the market is showing that potentially bearish market structure. Now, as the market is showing that bearish market structure, expecting that the price to potentially continue to drop back below in that area, which is showing a stronger bearish price action in this market. So at the moment on the lower time frame, we can see that Xauusd showing bearish price action. Here is we have seen in the beginning there was a breakup structure to the upside here from this support level, followed by we have seen that break of this low. Currently it's showing that downtrending market structure on gold, and that downtrend may potentially continue further back below in this level. That's what we are looking at in this market, to see that the price is possibly coming back below further. Now for us to find an entry, I will be looking at a couple of instruments, such as a couple of time frames, such as the 15 minutes and the 1 minute and the 5 minutes and 30 minutes. These are some of the multi-time frame that we will be looking at for possible entry in this market. So looking at the higher time frame that you can see, and if you look at the 5 minutes, you can see that this is a 5 minutes price action where there is an important move back to the upside here. And if you look at here, you can see this is the 15 minutes price action where there is a resistance line, and that resistance line has hit that level, and with this hit we can see this is the 15 minutes move. Currently the market in a pullback to the upside here, and that pullback that you can see in this lower time frame, the price is most likely heading back to the upside here. Now to enter a trade in this market, what we need is a breakup structure. That's where the secret, guys. Breakup structure is important to look at when we are looking for any trading opportunity in this market. Welcome Mohammed, welcome. Hello from Zanzibar. Welcome back to this live session, and welcome. Good morning. Thanks for joining the live session. Now here is the key. If you look at in this 5 minute time frame that we are looking at, what we are looking at here, a trending market, all right? And then in this trending market, if you look at the 30 minutes, you can see that it's a strongly bear market. So some of the levels that you will be looking at, some of the resistance line that for today is these levels that you will be looking at. If you look at the 5 minutes, that you can see that this is the 5 minutes move here, and if this market is going to hit any of this important key level, especially this key level that you can see on gold at 3369 is today's level, because this is the 5 minute chart and this is also the 30 minutes resistance line. This is a falling market, and we see that there is a candle close coming on the 30 minutes. If this one is pushing back to the upside at 3369.22, that's where we will be potentially having an entry opportunity in this market. So we see that there is a resistance line that you can see on 3369, and this is where I'm going to look at potential sell entry in this market. So that being said, 1 hour price action, we see that sharply bearish. Let's wait to see if the market is in fact going to hit that key level. Now, to enter a sell trade, I would like to see that the market in this 5 minutes time frame has moved back to that important key level of resistance. That means that at 3369 or 3370 level. That's where looking at in this market. Now, where we will be placing our stop loss if we enter in that area. Some of the very important fundamental questions that you need to look at when we are looking at the trade. And currently on the 1 minute, what I see that there isn't much trading opportunity on the 1 minute. On the 1 minute already we have seen there was a move here that has already made and the price has rejected from that level. There was a trade here on the 1 minute that if you look at, this is an important 1 minute price action that you can see on Xauusd. You can see that the price has rejected back from that key level on the 1 minute, and the price has moved already, has breaking that low here. Currently if you look at the 5 minute chart, that you can see the market in this 5 minutes time frame, once the price is managed to break this important resistance line 3369 in a certain way, that's the best way to enter the trade. When you see that breakup structure, guys, this is the secret breakup structure. If you wanna be a better trader, then keep this keyword noted down. This keyword is where you need to enter any trade. Breakup structure. When you see that there is a breakup structure, that's where the trading opportunity. Now, why it is so important to look at breakup structure? Because whenever you see there is a breakup structure, you can see that the market is prepared for another potential move. Good morning, welcome. And breakup structure is where there is important trading opportunity. The first step is to look for breakup structure. Now, do you always get a successful trading opportunity on a breakup structure? That's an important question, right? Do you really always have a successful trading opportunity on a breakup structure? The answer is no. Then, in what situation you will be considering the breakup structure is when it relates with the higher time frame. You see, the goal here is to trade with the trend. The smart trader are those who trade with the trend. Don't go against the flow. You know, there's a flow everywhere. Okay, in this universe there is a flow. In life there is a flow, and also in market there is a flow, right? Even in life there is a flow. You see that this is the secret of living a very successful life. Don't go against the flow. If you go against the flow, imagine that this is a very important concept, you know. You need to have a very clear understanding to live a good life. No one gonna tell you this. So there is a river here, okay, and there's a boat here. All right, so now the river is flowing from upstream to the downstream. How do you row your boat? Do you row upstream? Then what will happen if you row upstream? If you row your boat upstream, then you're gonna waste all your energy but not going anywhere, standing still in the same place. While when you row your boat with the flow, that means that where the stream is, you just sail your boat, You don't have to do anything. The flow will take you whichever way you want to go. You just need to make sure that you have a clear direction, right? Always have understanding where you are going, and then based on that, okay, based on that, make a decisive trading decision. Always have a clear understanding of either you will be buying or selling, which is the smart way to trade. So breakup structure will give you an understanding of that the market deviated from its settings, so you can go with the flow, you can follow the trend accordingly. Now if you look at here this market, you can see Xauusd, this is 1 hour price action, 30 minutes price action. You have a clear price action confirmation on the higher and lower time frame here. So I'm looking at the 5-minute chart on gold, and in this lower time frame, what we need is that the market to give us a trading opportunity in the direction of the trend. So which is the direction of the trend? Let's understand it. I'm going to post a poll here. Higher time frame, welcome. Is there any certain time frame in particular to look for the breakup structure? 1 hour, 4 hour, daily, weekly? That's a very so let me explain that how you will be using the breakup structure. Now to trade based on breakup structure, you need to look for the breakup structure on an entry time frame. That means that on the lower time frame, because when you are opening position as a trader, keep in mind guys, when you are trading, when you are opening position as a trader, you need to look for 2 time frames always. Keep in mind higher time frame and lower time frame, because one time frame will never give you always a clearer picture about the market. If you are trading on 5 minutes, gold or any currency, then you need to have a clear understanding about higher time frame, such as on 30 minutes or 4 hour or 1 hour time frame, much higher than what you are trading at. And then once you understand, once you can get an idea about this higher time frame and the lower time frame relationship, so there is, you need to relate those time frame. Why do you need to look at such as the higher time frame and the lower time frame? You need to relate these 2 time frame, and when you relate these 2 time frame, that's where you can get an understanding about the market. So how do you relate these 2 time frame? Why do you need to relate? You know, this is what I always ask you guys. Be curious, okay? Like a child, you need to be curious to become better trader. Keep trading always with curiosity. Don't quit. When you become good at something, when you do it over and over and over again for an extended period of time, you become very successful at it. Be curious, ask question, keep trading. And now, why do you need to relate higher time frame with the lower time frame, right? That's the question. The reason is, in the higher time frame, you're gonna look for support and resistance and the trend. Support and resistance and the trend will come from the higher time frame. Are you getting my point? Support and resistance is coming from the higher time frame, not from the lower time frame, because when you use the higher time frame for support and resistance, it's much more reliable, and to understand it very clearly, the direction of the trend and support resistance from the higher time frame. So number 1 priority here is trend. This is the most important part of every successful traders. Either you are an institutional trader, hedge fund manager, or like trading the billions of dollars. Everyone look for the trend. That's flow. That's a smart trading. That is flow. Okay, you are trading with the trend means that you are not going against the grain. You are not going against the current. There is a saying that always go against the grain, not in market. Okay, now in the market you have to go with the flow. And then once your trend is confirmed, you understand the direction of the trend from the higher time frame and from the lower time frame. So once you have the directional confirmation about the trend from the higher time frame, you need to fuse it, synchronize it together with the lower time frame. That means trade from the lower time frame in the direction of the higher time frame on a pullback on the lower time frame. Are you getting my point? Higher time frame, welcome. Have a nice day. Thank you for joining. Now that's where the smart way to trade. That means that you need to make sure that your higher time frame trend and the lower time frame trend is colliding or coinciding together to go in one direction, so that you can trade based on that. Now look at here. If we implement what we have just learned on this market here, 5-minute chart, this is a downtrend, right? This is without any question here is showing that downtrend. What is the higher time frame trend? Let's look at from the 30 minutes perspective. Also we can see that it's a downtrend. Now when we are looking at the 5-minute chart, I'm not going to look at the daily, because daily trend you might see that it's an uptrend, but now it's on a pullback. So daily pullback in an uptrend can create a trading opportunity as a downtrend on the lower time frame, such as on the 5 minutes or even 1 minute. Because in one day you can have a lot of 5 minutes candle, right? A lot. So if we calculate the number, calculate 24. So each hour, 12 5 minutes candle, right? 12 multiplication 24. 288 5 minutes candlestick pattern that you can find in a day. So therefore, when you are trading on 5 minutes, it's not very essential that you follow the daily trend for trading on 5 minutes. But you still need to look at the daily market structure to see if the price on a significant daily support and resistance. Daily time frame is very important, okay? When you look at daily, you can see the bigger picture. But you don't have to take the overall trend direction on the daily when you are trading on the 5 minutes. You just need to look at what is happening on the daily. Is the market on a key daily level? Because if the market on a key daily level, for example, key level of resistance on the daily, no matter either you are trading on 1 minute, 5 minutes, 15 minutes, 4 hour, is the same setup. We need to look for buy or sell based on the levels. But when we are trading on the 5 minutes, when you see that a daily pullback is occurring. Now here, daily pullback, right? So look at the daily chart here. There is a complete break from the top. So already the market has made significant movement in the direction of the pullback. So it's a daily pullback. So in that daily pullback, we can look for potentially selling opportunity on the 5 minutes time frame when the market reach its level. Now we got a major trend here is on this lower time frame. Currently it's in a downtrend. Now for entry, let's look at the fresh market structure. If we look at 30 minutes again, that you can see the market is currently has created two key level, which both are important level of resistance here on the 30 minutes. Now this market currently, the level that it has created is 3366, 3365 is an important lower time frame level that you will be looking at potential entry. Looking at the ATR here, currently ATR on 30 minutes time frame is 32 pip or 31 pip. So any stop loss that you will be placing here above this level if we enter. Now this strategy I'm also teaching in the Premium Academy. The most important part here is to learn the risk management and then trading based on the strategy. We will be looking for potentially 46 pip stop loss if we enter a trade from this level. First, waiting for the market in fact to reach that level, to hit that key level, and then to give us potential entry opportunity in this market. Looking at the 5 minutes again, if the price is going to hit this key level to this 3366 level, if the market is going to hit that 5 minutes 20 EMA, from here we will be looking for potential sell entry at 3366 or little higher in that market, in this area. If it continue to drop, we will be waiting for new level to be created. The market is like a fluid, guys. Keep in mind that the market is not any rigid structure. That's why sometimes it becomes difficult for some traders to trade. Is very simple. Keep in mind, guys, the market is fluid, is not rigid. The market changes within a very short period of time. And you know why? This is a big part of trading psychology. If you really want to be a better trader, you need to listen to that. Have a nice day. Welcome. Why does trading is so hard for most people? It's very simple, right? You just need to be able to find the level, take your trading decision and let it run itself. But why does trading is so hard for some people, not some, most people, is because of the conditioning, the rigidity that we have learned over time. But trading is fluidity. You have to be very comfortable of being uncomfortable. You have to be very comfortable of being wrong. And that hurts in most people's regular way of being, right? Because we are taught from very early, always be right, don't make mistakes, be correct. So that's inherently built in within our structure, within our thinking, within our being. And that's cause becoming a trader is hard, because the market is fluid and you need to frequently change your opinion to yourself. You don't have to give opinion to others all the time, but as a trader, you have your own opinion, right? In 5 minutes ago, you thought that you're gonna be a seller, and in 5 minutes, you might need to change your mind to become a buyer. And probably you open a trade and then you find out that you are wrong on your trading decision, and you have to be okay with that. Because as soon as you think that you are not doing well, you are not a good trader, you started to make bad trading decisions that will impact other trades coming on the way. And that's why it's so difficult to become a trader, is because of this rigidity. So as a trader, you need to be fluid. That means every moment the market is changing, and you need to change also accordingly. You need to change your trading decision. You need to change your trading plan, not the strategy. So that's what being a trader. Now you can see that I was waiting for the market to potentially create a level 3366 level. As long as the market is continue to drop, I will continue to change my levels and my zone of entry until I find my entry. Now in this fluidity of becoming a trader, also there is an underlying rigidity. That's where you need to understand. The underlying rigidity is that you become non-negotiable in your strategy. You change your plan, you change your levels, you change your entry, but you do not change your strategy. You do not change your rules of this strategy. That is underlying rigidity, where this is the completely opposite with the trader who loses money. They become rigid on the fluid market, and they become fluid in their trading strategy. That means when they find a strategy, they use it, and in the next trade they throw it into the window because that trade didn't work out. So you need to be very, very effective in understanding your trading psychology and also trading based on strategy. Now let's look at here on again on the lower time frame on the 5 minute chart that you are looking at, right? Yes, lose your control within a trade and reverse trading and doubt happens. Absolutely. This is what the main reason why trader not being successful, not because of any strategy, because most strategy works, okay, if you know how to implement it. Learning a strategy is a skill that you can learn at any point in time, but trading psychology is something that you need to work out, because you can learn a strategy from any coach, any mentor, from any course or group, but you cannot learn trading psychology until you willing to do so. Now you might say, what's the point of learning the trading? There is a big reward of becoming a trader, right? It's freedom. You become a trader, it's freedom, and that's the reward. You can learn and grow as a trader and then become independent of your own way of doing, because being a trader, you become a legend, okay? Becoming a profitable trader, you become a legend, right? You know how to do the risk management, and you make your life happen becoming a successful trader. it's way more freedom than anything else. Anything else. You can live in anywhere in the world. You can live in the mountainside as long as you just have one laptop and internet connection. You can live in the countryside. You can live in city. You can live in cottage. You can live in beach, or you even, live in the boat house. Anywhere, as long as you have an internet connection and a laptop. That's the freedom, right? That freedom can be attained through dedication and hard work and consistency over time. And that's why it's important that you always connected with a community, because being trader in the beginning, it's a hard job. And it's a hard job, especially in the beginning. So that being said, what we can see here in this area on the lower time frame, if you look at the 30 minutes, this is the level that we are looking at, expecting the market to push back up here, to go there, grab the liquidity, and then to trend back down here. So this is the 30 minutes resistance line. As long as it's showing complete downtrend, we will be looking to sell in an important level on a breakup structure, either in this lower time frame or in this higher time frame. Expecting a breakup structure here. If we look at the 1 minute and the 15 minutes, also we can look for potential entry in this market. Here's the previous session that you can see the market has tested this level and then rejecting back below here. Along with Xauusd, also we can look at Gbpjpy and dollar yen. So looking at also some other currency pairs. We saw that early there was a massive break on DXY, and then it got that rejection back again. So that's what I was looking at. Euro dollar is, as well as British pound US dollar, currently on a daily support level. There might be trading opportunity arises in any of this instrument. If you look at here on British pound US dollar from the 1 hour, we can see the market is approaching this daily support level with a one single 1 hour move here. Potentially the price may respect this support on the 1 hour on Gbpusd, might retest this level on from the 1 hour on British pound US dollar. Also approaching the daily 4 hour 20 EMA. There's a potential for a trading opportunity on British pound US dollar that you can see it's in an uptrend. If you look at the daily here, you can see the market already in a very sharp uptrending market structure. And in that uptrend, this is an order block on Gbpusd at 1.3500, and currently the market on a pullback. So that move, if the price is coming back here with one single drop back to this daily support level at 1.343635 level, we can look for potential buying opportunity in this market, as it is currently in an uptrend. So we'll keep eye on British pound US dollar and Gbpjpy. That you can see there is a very sharp breakdown on GJ as well, where also the market is currently breaking below here on GJ, and it's in an uptrend. We see there is a break from this high, and I'm not going to open any trade against the trend. Rather, I will be looking at British pound US dollar, as it might give a short-term rejection from this support level on British pound US dollar. Along with also, especially our main focus here on these two instruments, British pound US dollar as well as on Xauusd. Xauusd expecting that the market to possibly go back up, hit that level, and then reject back down here from this resistance line to this support level. Welcome. I hope that guys, you're enjoying the live session. Make sure you give a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet. Press the notification bell so you're not missing any of the content that I'm posting every day from this channel, where you can learn and grow as a trader with me every day. So don't miss out any part of this. And also there is a link below this video for Telegram as well as for the education. You can visit the website. And let's look at here on this market here on Xauusd, which is currently 1 hour candle close here. If you look at here, you can see that it's a sharp drop back below, and with this 1 hour candle close, the market is now approaching this another key 1 hour resistance line, which is also the 30 minutes resistance level. Now if the market is going back up here with a stronger momentum, we might be able to find an entry, as if we look at the 15 minutes move, that you can see the price is here to this level is 86 pip, which is still not 280 nearly. So if the market goes there, we might be able to find an entry. But it's still looking at the 1 hour here, I think still we could see that wick fill here in that direction. As if you look at the daily level, we can see that the price just has tested the daily 20 EMA, and with this daily 20 EMA retest, we could see that the market too possibly come back down here to this support level to create a new lower low in this market. Waiting on that the price to break that low and potentially to retest and then to reject back down here. The key here is to look for break of structure in a specific way, when the market has prepared for this move. And understanding this breakdown or break of structure is it's a kind of training your brain to develop that neuro pathway when the market is in fact preparing for a move. The sessions high and sessions low are crucially important. If you look at the 4 hour candle here, you can see that this is one single move. With this candle close, the market has dropped to that important 4 hour support level. And that one single move that you can see is where the market has dropped from this level. Now, if we look at the 15 minutes move, if we see that the market has bounced back to that level with this one single move, also an important price action that you can look for potential entry. Now I'm looking at on the 5 minutes at the moment for creating a structure where we can enter into trading opportunity upon price action confirmation in this market. This is where we are building up a system where we can enter into the trade. To wait means that you are developing a very healthy and a strong trading psychology. Being a trader means you know that how to wait hours without being bored. Okay, boredom is the worst feeling that one can have, and that's what one of the main reasons why traders fail is because of the boredom. Okay, so if you are bored, then be bored. Okay, because many of the bad trading decision comes from getting rid of the boredom. When you are bored, you just need to make sure that you are aware that you are bored and do not deviate from your system even if you are bored. So that's how the trading is. Let's wait for the market to go to our level that we are expecting, and then we will be entering into the position. And in the meantime, we have a lot to learn from here. We have a lot to discuss. Share your ideas and opinion about today's market. Let us know what you think today, what kind of market structure we could see. That looking at the calendar here, we can see that in this market where tomorrow coming up AUD, and that's a very important news query for you. So we will be also keeping eye on AUD USD. Let's wait to see as well. Along with the British pound US dollar, AUD USD almost would behave in the same way at Gbpjpy USD. So this break on that we can see in this instrument, such as on Gbpjpy USD, also can have a greater impact on the same USD pairs that we can look at on AUD USD as well. So if you look at AUD USD, that you can see the market is breaking from this high after this consolidation. From the daily chart on AUD USD, the price is approaching this daily support level. So for any potential bullish entry that you can see on AUD USD is potentially from this support level. For the bearish entry, if you use the very lower time frame, 15 minutes, we can see the downtrend, and 4 hour it's in an uptrend. So there is a conflict in the higher time frame and the lower time frame trend. That's why we always need to look for the both time frame to be synchronized. If you look at British pound US dollar, here we can see the Gbpjpy USD from the daily. It's in an after this high, the market is trying to break below here. We see very organized trend on XAU USD than any other instrument. Here is gold that you can see on the 5 minutes. Downtrend, I'm waiting for a break of structure to a key level, and then we will be looking into that entry in this market. Hope that guys you're enjoying the live session. Make sure you give a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet. Press the notification bell so that you are not missing any of the content that I am posting every single day. Here is the move that you could see potentially back to this upside here. And if the market goes up here, this is the 1 hour price action. We see that there is a 1 hour candle closed. And that candle closed that on the 1 hour with a long wick at the bottom, expecting the market to potentially go back up to hit that level and then to reject back again in that direction here. Here is the lower time frame price action on the 5 minutes, expecting on gold to potentially bounce back to the upside and then to give us that entry. While we are looking at the gold entry opportunity, are you a full-time trader or just part-time trader? I'd like to know more about you guys. Share your trading experience here. Are you a full-time trader or a part-time, or are you willing to become a full-time trader? Are you a full-time trader or a part-time trader? Or do you wish to become a full-time trader? Being a full-time trader doesn't mean that you're always sitting in front of the chart. Being a full-time trader means you still trade 1 hour or 2 hours a day, but you still have plenty. You still have plenty of time to spend the things that you like to do. Waiting to become a full-time trader. Become a full-time trader so you can become is in the now. I would like to become a full-time trader because of this. My days of work, my days off from work have been during the middle of the week during the past several years. Look, that's where the primary focus. Guys, keep in mind that everyone, those who want to be a full-time trader or want to be a trader, this is the main goal here, is to give you a strategy so that you can learn and you can become an independent trader. Because I was doing the same thing. I had long ago, I had the same thing. I was doing a full-time job. It's hard to do, and it's very difficult currently to do a job and then maintain a healthy lifestyle, right? The thing that you want to do, it's just going against the wish always when you are doing 9 to 5, no matter what. Okay, either you are engineer, doctor, or anyone. It's very hard to become, happy the way you want to be. Freedom, right? What is the ultimate goal of everything? Is freedom, right? And that freedom will never come from the things that, if you cannot do the things that you want to do, the freedom will not come. The freedom comes from the things that you are able to do in the way you want to do. And the first freedom that you need is the financial freedom, to being able to not to worry about the earning that you need to have. And that comes from the best way, the fastest way, the easiest way comes from trading. In my opinion, this is where I found the best way to gain that level of freedom, by becoming a trader. Now, why it's hard is because we need a quick fix, right? We want a quick fix. We want to do the quick fix. It doesn't exist. Quick fix doesn't exist. You need to dedicate yourself. I don't want to tell you that today stay here, tomorrow you're going to be profitable trader. That's not going to happen. You need to dedicate yourself at least 3 to 5 years time. Then you can gain the level of freedom that you need. But you still can become a trader, and you can keep growing and also earning at the same time, right? There's a lot of opportunity. That's why in the academy, in our Forex Trading Wizard Academy, I have a group dedicated where we are trading together, so that you can learn and also grow at the same time. That's where the goal here is, to become an independent trader. So keep the same mindset. Don't lose your hope. In the second day, it takes 3 to 5 years to become a consistently profitable trader, which is, I would say, that nothing in comparison with the reward that you will have when you become a consistently profitable trader. Right? So to get a degree, you need 5 years. Just to get a degree after, year 12 or something like that. And in that case, being a trader is huge freedom, and that's where you can do, even by doing everything that you are doing. So you don't have to leave anything, sacrifice anything, just aside 2 to 3 hours, 2 hours a day in learning. Pay attention in learning. Keep in mind that it's 100% possible as long as you are not quitting. So make sure you always focus on learning and growing and becoming a trader. To become a trader, observe always, pay attention. Now here is what we can see on Xauusd. What do you see here? When you look at the market for extended time, you start to see the market completely different way. You see that this is a downtrending market. You need to tell over and over again so that the emotion doesn't take over your trading decision. It's a downtrend, and we will be selling at the moment. Once we see the market has presented the way we want to look at, we want to see a clean breakup structure, then we will be opening position. Until we will be observing And we see that more often we find those trade in the market. So we are looking at the 5 minutes on gold, and in this lower time frame, based on the 30 minutes and the 5 minutes price action, as soon as we find that entry, we will be looking into the entry in this market. So looking at 1 hour, 30 minutes and the 5 minutes time frame for an entry. If we look at the daily here on gold, we can see that the market today, from this resistance, there is a sharp break below. And that breakdown on the daily is break from the uptrend. So you can look at a very higher time frame for the major direction of the market, and then look at the lower time frame for breakup structure. So we are combining the 30 minutes and the 5 minutes time frame for the direction of the trend. I hope that you guys are enjoying the live session. Make sure you give a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet. Now looking at here on 30 minutes and the 5 minutes, you'll see that I more often change the time frame. What's the reason behind this? The reason behind is so that we have a clear understanding about the market. The market, as I mentioned earlier, changes its structure very frequently. You'll see that it restructure every moment. And as soon as you lose track how the market is evolving, you lost the track of the market, you lost the trend, and you'll see that you make a bad trading decision. That's where the key. And that's why tool helps. That's why I use also some important tool. Okay, that helps me to identify the trend and also the direction of the trend, and also most likely the entry criteria, entry signal. Okay, this is also one of the tools that I'm using to trade the market. You can see that from here, how does this move here? Okay, so if you look at this candlestick pattern here, there is a stronger rejection from this level. And if we look at here in the past, in the same way, there is a bounce from here, and the market has made its move back to the upside. So all those areas here, this is another important trade that you can see from here. Now those areas where there is a starting of a new move based on the trend, it combines the price action, ATR, as well as 10 and 20 EMS. So that being said, to enter from the right place, you need to consider the trend and then the breakup structure along with the higher time frame support and resistance that we have discussed in the beginning of this session. Let's look at here on the lower time frame again on the 5 minute chart. Okay, so you can see that here it's consolidating. Now when the market consolidates, it's an important sign that the market might be giving us another trading opportunity, because I normally do not enter directly in a very strong trend, because when the market is strongly falling, it might be, it might keep falling, it might keep dropping until it prepared for another drop. It will go for a consolidation. This is 15 minutes price action, and the 5 minutes that you can see there is a bounce back to the upside, and If we look at the 1 hour here, also you can see the market is slowly trying to build up the pressure back to the upside from this daily 20 EMA. This is the daily 20 EMA level at 3357. You can see this is the daily 20 EMA, and the price has crossed quite a few days low in this uptrend. Now today the market once open, we have seen that so far the total volatility for today's is 480 pip. Now daily ATR, if we look at, it's important that you always keep eye on how much volatility has gained on a single day or on a single session. So if you look at the daily ATR here is 452 pip. So today's move so far is 480 pip. So the 1 ATR is 452 pip, and currently the market has made 480 pip. Okay, so that means that today's move already has made significantly in one direction. Again, it's the trend from the daily, the market moved to more than 1 ATR. So what does that mean is, now to sell the market, we have to be careful because the market has made way more than expectation. Then we will be buying this market now? No, because as I mentioned in the beginning of the session, only we will be taking the trade when we can synchronize or fuse or coincide with the higher time frame and the lower time frame. See, this is what you need to understand. Now the higher time frame is daily, where we can see that already the market has made more than 1 ATR move to the downside against the daily major trend. And 5 minutes we see that it's in a downtrend. So if we sell here, we are trading against the daily trend. If we buy here, then we are trading against the local downtrend. You see? Now then, what situation we will be buying? If the 5 minutes shows a reversal pattern and started to trend back up like that, we will be buying, because we know that then the market prepared for an upside. So it is coinciding with the daily trend and the local trend. On the other hand, if we see the market has done deeper pullback to the upside and again started to trend back, we will be selling this market. That's how we can keep trading based on strategies, based on risk management plan with the higher time frame and the lower time frame. Guys, this information can change your trading completely. So always keep learning and growing. How can I join your group? Welcome. Anyone want to join the group? It's currently few spots available. You can join first the Telegram. You can find link below this video, where more often you'll see that direct joining opportunities posted on the group to find out how you can join. I'm sharing with you also the Telegram link in the live chat, where you will find more often education. And if you think that this is something for you, you can join here to stay connected with us to become a consistent trader. And that being said, as you can see, it's the first day of trading. We still have a long week to go. There is a lot of opportunity. This week should be coming up in the market, but the most important part here, we have to be cautious and be very, very calculative in our entries so that we can keep winning most of the trade. And always pay attention that not to trade out of your trading plan, not to trade without a strategy. Higher time frame daily, yep. So as this is the first session, coming up another live session in few hours from this here, from this academy. If you guys excited about this live session, make sure you like this stream, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next live. More often we open positions, but we need to find the best trade to entry. That being said, I'll see you again very soon in another live session coming up in few hours. Until that, stay well, stay happy.